Luke chapter 7. After he had ended all his sayings in the ears of the people, he entered into Capernaum. And a certain centurion's bondservant, who was dear to him, was sick and at the point of death. And when he heard concerning Yeshua, he sent to him elders of the Yehudim, asking him that he would come and save his bondservant. And they, when they came to Yeshua, besought him earnestly, saying, He is worthy that thou shouldst do this for him, for he loveth our nation, and himself built us our synagogue. And Yeshua went with them. And when he was now not far from the house, the centurion sent friends to him, saying to him, Lord, trouble not thyself, for I am not worthy that thou shouldst come under my roof. For what reason neither thought I myself worthy to come to thee? But say the word, and my servant shall be healed. For I also am a man set under authority, having under myself soldiers. And I say to this one, Go, and he goeth, and to another, Come, and he cometh, and to my bondservant, Do this, and he doeth it. And when Yeshua heard these things, he marveled at him, and turned and said to the multitude that followed him, I say to you, I have not found so great faith, no, not in Israel. And they that were sent, returning to the house, found the bondservant whole. And it was soon afterwards that he went to a city called Nain, and his disciples went with him, and a great multitude. Now when he drew near to the gate of the city, behold, there was carried out one that was dead, the only son of his mother, and she was a widow. And much people of the city was with her. And when the Lord saw her, he had compassion on her, and said to her, Weep not. And he came near, and touched the bier, and the bearers stood still. And he said, Young man, I say to thee, arise. And he that was dead sat up, and began to speak. And he gave him to his mother. And fear took hold on all, and they glorified the God, saying, A great prophet was raised among us, and the God hath visited his people. And this report went forth concerning him in the whole of Judea, and all the region round about. And the disciples of Johanan told him of all these things. And Johanan, calling to him 2 of his disciples, sent them to the Lord, saying, Art thou he that cometh, or look we for another? And when the men were come to him, they said, Johanan the baptizer hath sent us to thee, saying, Art thou he that cometh, or look we for another? In that hour he cured many of diseases and plagues and evil spirits, and on many that were blind he bestowed sight. And he answered and said to them, Go and tell Johanan the things which ye have seen and heard. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, the poor have good tidings preached to them. And blessed is he, whosoever shall find no occasion of stumbling in me. And when the messengers of Johanan were departed, he began to say to the multitudes concerning Johanan, What went ye out into the wilderness to behold? A reed shaken with the wind? But what went ye out to see? A man clothed in soft raiment? Behold, they that are gloriously apparelled and live delicately are in kings' courts. But what went ye out to see? A prophet? Yea, I say to you, and much more than a prophet, this is he of whom it is written, Behold, I send my messenger before thy face, who shall prepare thy way before thee. I say to you, among them that are born of women, there is none greater than Johanan, but the smaller one in the kingdom of the God is greater than he. And all the people, when they heard, and the publicans, justified the God, being baptized with the baptism of Johanan. But the Perishim and the lawyers rejected for themselves the counsel of the God, being not baptized of him. Whereto then shall I liken the men of this generation, and to what are they like? They are like children that sit in the marketplace, and call one to another, who say, We piped to you, and ye did not dance. We wailed, and ye did not weep. For Johanan the baptizer is come eating no bread, nor drinking wine, and ye say, He hath a demon. The Son of the Man is coming eating and drinking, and ye say, Behold a gluttonous man, and a wine-bibber, a friend of publicans and sinners. And the wisdom was justified by all her children. And one of the Perishim desired him that he would eat with him. And he entered into the Perishi's house, and reclined. And behold, a woman who was in the city a sinner, and when she knew that he was reclining to eat in the Perishi's house, she brought an alabaster cruse of ointment, and standing behind at his feet, weeping, she began to wet his feet with her tears, and wiped them with the hair of her head, and kissed his feet, and anointed them with the ointment. Now when the Perishi that had bidden him saw it, he spoke within himself, saying, This man, if he were a prophet, would have perceived who and what manner of woman this is that toucheth him, that she is a sinner. And Yeshua answering said to him, Shimon, I have somewhat to say to thee. And he said, Teacher, say on. A certain lender had two debtors. The one owed 500 denarii, and the other 50. When they had not wherewith to pay, he forgave them both. Which of them, therefore, will love him most? Shimon answered and said, He, I suppose, to whom he forgave the most. And he said to him, Thou hast rightly judged. And turning to the woman, he said to Shimon, Seest thou this woman? I entered into thy house. Thou gavest me no water for my feet, but she hath wetted my feet with her tears, and wiped them with her hair. Thou gavest me no kiss, but she, since the time I came in, hath not ceased to kiss my feet. My head with oil thou didst not anoint, but she hath anointed my feet with ointment. For what reason, I say to thee, her sins, which are many, are forgiven, for she loved much. But to whom little is forgiven, he is loving little. And he said to her, Thy sins are forgiven. And they that reclined with him began to say within themselves, Who is this that even forgiveth sins? And he said to the woman, Thy faith hath saved thee. Go in peace.